They are, dare I say it, a little too earnest. They lack fabulosity. By which, of course, I mean they lack the fabulosity of Valentino. The young designers of today strive to be humble, self-effacing, and enigmatic, little knowing that this is almost the exact opposite of what we really want from them. We want fabulosity. We like it. It's life-affirming. It's healthy. How to rectify the situation? My fantasy is that Valentino will assume a kind of mentor role. Maybe even open his own Académie de Fabulosité, École de Fabulosité. I see Valentino as an Italian male Miss Jean Brody, guiding his students, his charges, the young designers, training them how to play the role of fashion impresario. Lesson number 1. Arriving at your Roman palazzo. Your private plane has landed. You rise from your seat. Your assistant holds up a mirror for you to check your tan. Of course, it's perfect, which is not surprising since you just spent the last 3 weeks spread-eagled on the deck of your yacht, circling the island of Capri. Doors to manual. An assistant places your cashmere coat over your shoulders. On go the Marcello mascara shades. You appear at the top of the steps and wave at the waiting paparazzi, a blizzard of flashbulbs, ciao Roma. Then, like Anita Ekberg in La Dolce Vita, you take 2 shots at her. Remember in the movie, she comes off the plane and it goes back in and comes out again. So the paparazzi can get plenty of shots. You descend to a waiting limo while waving to your fans. You are, of course, followed by hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pugs. So many pugs that nobody can figure out how on earth they all fit on that plane. This, ladies and gentlemen, is fabulosity. You and the pugs and Mr. Giancarlo Giametti, slither into your limo and purr towards your destination. You arrive at your palazzo to be greeted by 400 liveried servants in front of the house, each clutching a pug, because the old ones stay at home when you travel, they can't travel. You swan into the great hall of your palazzo, Tiepolo's, Caravaggios, El Grecos. You sink into a squishy couch that was probably owned by Pauline Bonaparte or Pauline Rothschild or some chick called Pauline, and you're immediately engulfed by orchids and pugs and intoxicating ambience. The ambience that you have created using your wits, your creativity, and your genius. You grab a pad and start sketching the fall collection. Yes, those beautiful Valentino dresses, those sensational clothes. Valentino is the undisputed king of fabulosity, but he is also the king of Italian couture. Yes, Valentino knows how to live La Dolce Vita, but he also knows how to create the most exquisite flue, the most sophisticated cut, the most transformative and ethereal fashion. The brilliance of Valentino, the generosity, the magnanimity, and the reason that we love him so much is that he has always given us the whole package. The lifestyle, the talent, the genius. The drama and glamour has always been combined with a ferocious commitment to craft and to design. Dramatic pause. And of course, that is why we're here today. So now I would like to introduce the patron saint of American fashion. Yes, the queen of Fashion's Night Out. I know we're all going to see you there tomorrow night, Fashion's Night Out. Ladies and gentlemen, Anna Wintour.
Good afternoon. It's my great honour to present this year's Couture Council Award to the extraordinarily talented and eternally charismatic Mr. Valentino Garavani. Not that anyone ever really bothers with Garavani. Early on, Valentino joined the hallowed ranks of those whose status allows them to use one name only. After all, when we think of other Roman gods, of Jupiter or Apollo, a single means of address was good enough for them. And like those otherworldly fellows, Valentino is no stranger to the most glorious, glamorous, art-filled temples. He just calls them homes. And as one of the world's greatest couturiers, he dressed his acolytes in some of the most divine creations that ever walked into a chateau or across a red carpet. Valentino came from a small town in North Italy who went to Rome with a dream and turned that dream into an empire. He designs for the life he leads and leads a life that lives up to his clothes. As Simon said, he has kept the brief shining moment of Fellini's La Dolce Vita burning strong, with every palazzo, yacht, and private jet at his disposal. Even Gianni Agnelli, no stranger himself to the good life, once marveled, no one lives as well as Valentino. Even I don't live as well as Valentino. And who else but Valentino has a sense of life that is so joyous and optimistic, even in troubled times? For instance, when Rome was in the grip of the Red Brigade in the 70s, the city's grandest families were turning their furs inside out, taking off their jewelry and driving old Fiats instead of chauffeured Maseratis to make themselves disappear into the city. Valentino's sole concession to the times was super practical. He ordered a bulletproof Mercedes in Valentino red. He has always loved the grand gesture. When he and Giancarlo Giametti struck a lucrative deal early on in their careers, they received a sizable check. Now, the impulse of any other relatively fresh-faced designer might have been to invest it, but these two had other ideas. Their first thought was, let's throw an Indian-themed party, and their second was at the Pier. So they rented the ballroom, compiled a guest list of everyone who was anyone in New York in 1917, and the legendary party, not to mention the legendary designer and host, was born. But for all the hyper-extravagant fantasy of Valentino's life that we see publicly, his greatest acts tend to go unseen. We see the pampered hugs, but not the abandoned stray Italian wolfhound he adopted and named Stella and he loves just as much. He and Giancarlo have long been involved in the fight against HIV and AIDS. In 1990, they established Life, a charity dedicated to helping children in Italy and here in America stricken by this disease, not to mention his other causes devoted to animals and senior citizens. All the seamstresses he has worked with for so many years are like family to him. One, from his hometown, was with Valentino since the very beginning, until her sight was no longer good enough to continue. In his heart, he could identify with that woman's deep and abiding sense of pride in her work. And all of us here, Valentino, take the greatest pride in yours. So please accept this extremely well-deserved award with our respect, our love, and our gratitude.
Thank you, Anna, and thanks to all of you for this big honor. I am so happy to see so many beautiful faces and so many friends here. FIT and the museum are doing a great job to preserve the artistry of fashion, and we know that well. This is a very important award, Artistry in Fashion. I am very flattered and grateful. Artistry is the best part of fashion for me. Fashion must be free and not constrained by commercial interests. Is to be able to concentrate on the design, on the execution in order to create a marvelous work of art. Your country has always been so generous to me. From day one, when I started my work, I had so much support from extraordinary people, including all the great business people. From Consuelo Crespi to Diana Vreeland, from Jacqueline Kennedy to many of you here. I feel blessed by love that this country showed for me and my work. For almost 50 years, I had the joy to dress American women, but also I had the privilege of being inspired by you, because American women are the first to accept new trends and new names. In fact, your country is always the first to discover new talents and to give them the possibility to grow. That's what you have given to me since day one. I remember people from Ekmani and Neiman Marcus spending the entire night to write orders after one of my first collection in Florence. I remember Jackie Kennedy coming to my suite at the plaza and choosing a wardrobe all in black and white after President Kennedy died. I remember the Help of America press in telling the world my vision. America are not just generous with talents, but generous with the entire world, as we witnessed during those terrible events that happened 10 years ago, when America showed courage, unity, and support to others. I want to thank America for this extraordinary generosity and for the friendship I had from all of you so many years. God bless you.
But don't leave, because I have a special message for Valentino that I